Hi everyone, and welcome back to Hi English Channel. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy you're here today.
And I'm Paul. Thank you for joining us again. We help you practice real, everyday English, the kind you can actually use in real life.
Exactly. So before we begin, please like and subscribe. It really helps us keep creating warm and useful English stories for you.
All right, Emily. Today's topic feels a little serious, but also exciting. We're talking about job interviews.
Yes, how to answer job interview questions in simple English. Many learners feel nervous about it. Even native speakers do.
I totally understand that. My first interview was a disaster. I forgot half my sentences and said, I'm good at working with people sometimes.
That's actually pretty honest. But don't worry, today we'll help everyone sound confident, even when they feel nervous inside.
So, where do we start?
Let's begin with one of the most common questions. Can you tell me about your work experience? It sounds easy, but many people make it too long or too complicated.
Right. You don't need to give your whole life story, just short, simple sentences like, I worked in a cafe for 1 year. I made coffee and helped customers.
Perfect. That's clear and natural. You can also add one more sentence about what you learned. For example, I learned how to stay calm during busy mornings.
That's nice. It shows both experience and attitude. Sometimes I hear people say, I worked hard worker, I can do everything. It sounds strange, right?
Yes, that's a common mistake. Don't try to sound perfect. Be honest and specific. Use the word helped, made, organized, cleaned, learned. Simple verbs make your story clear.
Let's do a mini practice. You can repeat after us. I worked in a restaurant. I helped customers. I learned to work in a team.
Great job! These short lines already sound confident. Now, another question. What are your skills or strengths?
This one is tricky. People often don't know what to say without bragging.
Exactly. Try using simple adjectives with examples like I'm friendly, I like helping people, or I'm organized, I plan my work before I start.
You can also share a small story. For example, in my last job, I always arrived early and prepared the tools before my boss came.
Yes, that small detail shows responsibility without saying, I'm perfect. Let's give our listeners a few useful phrases.
I'm patient. I like learning new things. I work well in a team. I'm good at time management.
Nice, but here's a small tip. Don't use too many I am sentences in a row. It sounds like a list. Instead, connect them with short examples. Like, I'm friendly, so I always smile at customers. Or, I'm organized. That's why I like to keep my desk clean.
Exactly. Keep your sentences short, but show action. Remember, actions speak louder than words.
I like that. Actually, my first boss once told me, Paul, I don't hire words, I hire habits.
That's so true. Which brings us to our next topic. Your daily habits.
Oh, yes, the little things that show big responsibility.
Interviewers love to hear about your routine. You can say, I wake up early, have breakfast, and check my schedule before work.
Or you can say, I prepare my clothes the night before so I don't rush in the morning.
Simple but powerful.
Exactly. It shows discipline and organization. You can also compare yourself now and before. Before, I was often late. Now, I plan my day carefully.
That's a nice mistake to solution story. It makes you sound real. No one is perfect, and showing growth is actually attractive.
Yes, employers want people who learn from mistakes. So if you ever came late to work once, you can say, I learned to set 2 alarms.
That's me every Monday morning.
You're not alone. Let's do a quick repeat together for our listeners.
I always try to be on time. I plan my tasks every morning. I like finishing my work before the deadline.
Nice rhythm, simple English, but it sounds professional. Exactly. These lines are perfect for beginner-level learners. You can use them in any interview or even when talking about your routine in daily life.
So, Emily, what if someone doesn't have job experience yet? Maybe they're still in school.
Good question. You can talk about school projects or volunteering. For example, I helped organize a school event. I worked in a group to finish a project. I helped my teacher prepare materials.
Those sentences sound natural. Even without real work, they show you have experience working with people.
Yes, it's all about how you present yourself, calmly, clearly, and honestly.
I remember when I was younger, I tried to sound too serious. I used big words like utilize and synergize. The interviewer just blinked.
Poor Paul. Simpler is always better. Just use words you truly understand. Use, not utilize. Work together, not synergize.
So, if someone says, I'm shy, can that be a problem?
Not really. You can turn it into a positive. Say, I'm a little shy, but I always try my best to communicate clearly. That shows awareness and effort.
That's nice. English learners can use that phrase for any situation. It's polite and honest.
Exactly. And if you want to sound a little more confident, try saying, I'm improving my communication skills every day. It sounds positive and full of growth.
I love that. Growth is the key. And you know what? Talking about your habits is also a great way to show growth.
Yes, habits tell your story better than adjectives. So next, we'll dive deeper into the kinds of daily habits that show you're a reliable person.
Oh, yes, like waking up early and not checking your phone for an hour.
Exactly. And maybe even making your bed before coffee.
That's tough, Emily, but okay. Let's talk about how simple daily actions can make a strong impression in an interview.
All right, let's keep going. When you're in an interview, small details about your daily life can show your responsibility.
Yeah, like when someone says, I always wake up early, or I plan my day before work. It sounds simple, but shows discipline.
Exactly. Employers don't just want smart people, they want reliable people, the ones who show up, stay calm, and keep promises.
You can also say, I check my emails in the morning, or I like to write a to-do list. That sounds professional, even if you're new.
Right. And if you're still studying, say, I finish my homework before relaxing, or I always prepare for class. Those habits mean a lot.
I think habits tell more about a person than their big words. Someone can say, I'm responsible, but if they come late every day, it means nothing.
True. Actions speak louder. Let's do a small practice for our listeners. Repeat after us. I like to be on time. I plan my work before I start. I keep my promises.
Good. You sound more confident already. But Emily, interviews can be scary. What if someone gets nervous and forgets everything?
That happens to almost everyone. Even people who speak English well get nervous. The secret is, don't hide it. Be honest in a polite way.
You mean I can actually say, I'm a little nervous?
Yes, it's totally fine. Try saying, I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited to be here. That sounds humble and positive.
Oh, I like that. It shows you care about the job. Not being nervous might even look strange.
Exactly. Nervousness means you care. The key is to breathe slowly, smile, and keep your sentences short. That helps your brain relax.
I remember before my first interview, I was shaking. My hands were sweating, and my heart was racing like a drum.
What did you do?
I looked out the window, saw some trees, and said to myself, Paul, it's just a conversation. Then I smiled, and it really helped.
That's a great trick. Think of the interview as a friendly chat, not a test. And here's another calming phrase. Thank you for giving me this chance.
Nice. It's polite and easy to say. Let's share some emotional vocabulary for interviews. Excited, grateful, a bit nervous, interested, ready.
And for body language, remember to smile. Look at the interviewer's eyes and keep your posture open.
That's hard sometimes. I always want to cross my arms when I'm nervous.
Just keep them relaxed on your lap. Think of it like talking to a friend. That's how you build confidence in English.
Okay, so now we can breathe, smile, and speak calmly. What's next?
Next, let's talk about something softer, your weekend. Many interviewers ask about your hobbies or free time.
Oh, yes, the famous question, what do you like to do on the weekends? It sounds easy, but it shows your personality.
Exactly. You can say things that show you're balanced and positive. For example, I like spending time with my family, or I go jogging to relax.
Or, I read books and listen to podcasts to improve myself. That sounds motivated, but natural.
Perfect. Just don't say, I sleep all day.
True, unless you say it like, I like to rest so I can work better on Monday.
Smart save, Paul. Actually, weekend stories can make you sound interesting. Let's do 2 examples, 2 different styles. One person says, I usually stay at home, clean my room, and cook with my mom. That sounds peaceful and family-oriented. Another says, I go hiking with friends and take pictures of nature. That shows adventure and energy.
Both are good, just different personalities. The key is to speak with warmth. Smile when you share it.
Right. You can even connect it back to the job. Like, I enjoyed teamwork when I play sports with friends. It helps me cooperate better at work.
Nice. It turns a simple hobby into a strength.
Exactly. Let's help our listeners practice. Repeat after us. On weekends, I spend time with my family. I like outdoor activities. I enjoy learning something new.
Good rhythm. You can use any of those sentences in an interview or daily talk.
And here's a fun question for everyone listening. What do you do on weekends? Write your answer in the comments. We'd love to read them.
Yes, sharing your answer is great English practice. It's like a mini interview with yourself.
Exactly. Talking about daily life is the best way to grow your speaking skills, step by step with joy.
You know, Emily, this reminds me of something my old boss used to say. The way you spend your weekend shows the kind of Monday you'll have.
That's beautiful and true. A calm Sunday gives you a strong Monday, and good habits outside work make you shine during interviews too.
That's right. The next part connects perfectly, because sometimes interviewers also ask about past work experiences, both good and bad.
Yes, that's where we learn to speak honestly but politely. Let's talk about that next. How to describe problems without sounding negative. All right, let's talk about something many learners find difficult. How to describe past work experiences in English.
Yes, especially when the experience wasn't perfect. Some jobs can be stressful and people aren't sure how to talk about them politely.
Exactly. When an interviewer asks, "Tell me about your past job," they don't want you to complain. They want to see what you learned.
So instead of saying, my boss was terrible, you can say, it was a busy job, but I learned how to manage pressure.
Perfect. That's polite and positive. You can also say, "Sometimes it was stressful, but I improved my communication skills."
And if it was a great job, you can show gratitude. I had a friendly team and a supportive manager. I learned a lot there.
Exactly. A little kindness always sounds professional. Let's share a few simple patterns you can use. I worked as a blank. It was sometimes blank. I learned to blank.
Nice. Let's try it with an example. I worked as a waiter in a restaurant. It was sometimes busy, but I learned to stay calm and smile under pressure.
That's perfect. You don't need big words to sound confident, just clear, calm sentences.
You know, Emily, I once had a very stressful job. I worked in a call center. People shouted at me all day.
Oh no. How did you survive?
I smiled even when I wanted to cry. But later I said in my next interview, I learned how to listen carefully and stay polite. It made them laugh, and they hired me.
That's such a great example. It shows honesty and growth. You turned a hard situation into a positive story.
So, listeners, remember this: you don't need a perfect past, you just need a learning attitude.
Yes, interviewers love people who say, "I made mistakes, but I learned from them." That one sentence shows maturity.
Exactly. Now, Emily, let's move to the next question: choosing the right job for you. That's something even adults struggle with.
Very true. When someone asks, "What kind of job do you want?" you can talk about the workplace and environment that fit your personality.
For example, I like quiet offices because I can focus, or I enjoy busy places where I can meet new people.
Yes, there's no right or wrong answer, just your style. You can also mention schedule or location, like, "I prefer a morning shift because I'm most active early," or "I like jobs close to my home so I can arrive on time."
That's smart. Employers like people who think practically. You can even mention transportation. I take the bus, so I prefer a place near the main road.
Exactly. It shows you've thought about your daily routine, not just the job title.
Let's give our listeners a few sentence ideas. I like working with people. I enjoy jobs that let me learn. I prefer quiet workplaces. I want a job where I can grow.
Perfect. And don't forget, your choice doesn't have to be forever. You can say, "I want to learn here and improve myself."
That sounds humble and ambitious at the same time. Actually, choosing the right job often depends on people who guide us, like teachers, friends, or family.
Yes, that's our next topic. People who helped you grow. Every learner has someone who gave them courage.
Like my high school English teacher. She always said, Paul, your grammar is bad, but your smile is great. Keep talking.
That's so sweet. She helped you believe in yourself.
Yes, and you know what? I use that same energy when I meet new students. I tell them, your accent is unique. It's part of who you are.
That's beautiful. You can also share a story like that in an interview. For example, my teacher taught me to be confident, or my friend encouraged me to try new things. These stories show kindness and gratitude, qualities every company values.
Exactly. And they make your English more emotional. Let's do a short storytelling pattern for our listeners. Someone who helped me is my blank. They always told me to blank. Because of them, I learned to blank.
That's lovely. Let's try one together. Someone who helped me is my older sister. She told me to stay positive, and because of her, I learned to never give up.
Perfect. Listeners, you can try making your own story like that. Write it down and say it out loud. It's great speaking practice.
Yes, when you tell real stories, you don't just learn English. You remember who you are. That confidence shows in every interview.
You know, Emily, this also makes small talk easier. When you talk about people you love, your tone becomes warm automatically.
Exactly. And that brings us naturally to our next topic, which is how to make small talk before the interview even starts.
Oh, yes, that first-minute moment when the interviewer says, "How are you?" and your brain freezes.
We've all been there. Let's help our listeners with some friendly English phrases for that situation. So, you walk into the interview room, smile, and sit down. Before the serious questions start, there's usually a bit of small talk.
Right. That friendly chat that feels simple, but can make a big first impression.
Exactly. The interviewer might say, "How are you today?" Or, "Did you find the place easily?" You can't just smile. You should answer naturally.
You can say, "I'm good, thank you. A little nervous, but excited to be here." That sounds polite and honest.
Perfect. You can also add something about your morning or the weather. "It's a nice day today," or "The weather is warm. I like it."
Those small phrases show you're friendly and relaxed. You could even mention breakfast. "I had coffee this morning. It helped me wake up."
That's real conversation. You can also ask back politely, "How about you?" or "How's your morning?" It creates connection. You're not just answering, you're communicating.
Yes, but some learners make mistakes like saying too much, like "the bus was late, traffic was crazy, I was sweating, but I made it."
True. Keep it short and light. You don't need to tell your whole story before the interview even begins.
Exactly. Let's give our listeners some safe, natural small talk examples to repeat. "How are you today?" "I'm doing well, thank you." "It's a beautiful morning." "I'm happy to be here."
That's perfect. You can also add something about your morning or the weather. "It's a nice day today," or "The weather is warm. I like it."
Those small phrases show you're friendly and relaxed. You could even mention breakfast. "I had coffee this morning. It helped me wake up."
That's real conversation. You can also ask back politely, "How about you?" or "How's your morning?" It creates connection. You're not just answering, you're communicating.
Yes, but some learners make mistakes, like saying too much. Like, "The bus was late, traffic was crazy, I was sweating, but I made it."
True. Keep it short and light. You don't need to tell your whole story before the interview even begins.
Exactly. Let's give our listeners some safe, natural small talk examples to repeat. "How are you today?" "I'm doing well, thank you. It's a beautiful morning. I'm happy to be here."
That's perfect. You can also add something about your morning or the weather. "It's a nice day today," or "The weather is warm. I like it."
Those small phrases show you're friendly and relaxed. You could even mention breakfast. "I had coffee this morning. It helped me wake up."
That's real conversation. You can also ask back politely, "How about you?" or "How's your morning?" It creates connection. You're not just answering, you're communicating.
Yes, but some learners make mistakes like saying too much. Like,
The bus was late, traffic was crazy, I was sweating, but I made it.
True. Keep it short and light. You don't need to tell your whole story before the interview even begins.
Right. Let's give our listeners some safe and natural small talk examples to repeat. How are you today? I'm doing well, thank you. It's a beautiful morning. I'm happy to be here.
That's perfect. You can remember that small talk is not just about words, it's about energy. Speak with a smile, not speed. Calm tone, open heart.
I like that. Calm tone, open heart. You should write that on a coffee mug, Emily.
Maybe one day. But yes, small talk helps you feel human. After that, the interviewer may ask something like, where do you see yourself in the future? That's our final topic, your future goals and dreams.
The big question. Many learners freeze here too. They think, what if my dream sounds wrong?
There's no wrong dream. You just need to say it simply and positively. For example, in the future, I want to improve my skills and grow in this company.
Or, I hope to learn more about teamwork and become a leader one day. Short, clear, and full of hope.
Yes, you can also talk about short-term and long-term goals. Short-term, I want to do my best in this job. Long-term, I hope to build a strong career.
That sounds professional, but easy to say. You can even tell a mini story. When I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher. Now I want to help people learn just in a different way.
That's beautiful. Stories show your motivation. Another example, I used to be shy, but now I want to work in a place where I can talk and help others. Simple words, big meaning.
Yes, and it connects your past and your future, just like a movie ending with hope.
Exactly. Let's do a short repeat for everyone. In the future, I want to grow. I want to learn new skills. I want to make people's lives better.
Beautiful. You can say these lines anywhere. Job interview, classroom, even daily life. They show purpose.
Purpose gives confidence. And remember, confidence doesn't mean you never feel scared. It means you speak anyway with kindness and truth.
That's the best part of learning English. It's not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about expressing who you are.
Exactly. Every word you learn is a small step toward the future you want. Even one sentence, said with heart, can open new doors.
I love that. So, Emily, if someone's listening right now, nervous about their next interview, what's the one thing you'd tell them?
I'd say breathe, smile, and trust yourself. You already have your story. Just tell it with love.
That's powerful. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real.
Yes, and every time you practice, you grow stronger. Even mistakes become part of your progress.
Right. Every wrong word today becomes a better sentence tomorrow. That's how learning works.
Exactly. So if you remember even one phrase from today, like, I'm a little nervous, but excited, you're already improving.
Yes. Practice these sentences. Say them in front of a mirror or record your voice. You'll sound more confident every day.
And remember to smile, because English is not just a language. It's your bridge to new opportunities.
That's so true. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode. We hope it helped you feel ready for your next interview.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Miss English channel. More warm and fun English stories are coming your way.
And before you go, write one English phrase from today's lesson in the comments. We'd love to see your answers.
Yes, remember, one English sentence today is one step closer to your dream tomorrow.
That's our message for you. Stay kind, stay curious, and keep learning.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.